with the casting and down, creating down, casting up. So I decided to make this second part video of casting to show you a little bit better about what's going on here. So I have a first class animal.java and cat.java. They have two methods inside of it. One's named eat, one named feed. Eat pretty much says animal eat, and feed just says feed in animal. In cat, you notice that I have an overridden method of eat, which cat extends animal, and eat overrides the animal method, and it says cat eat. The other method in here is called catnip. Now, catnip is not in animal. Animal has a method called feed, and catnip has a separate one called catnip. So I will show you, demonstrate you a little bit of casting to help you with your assignment. In test animal, I have an animal, a cat, and another cat. Now this new cat I call the constructor and build the object. I get a new cat object. Now for animal, I assign it the cat object that I just built. This gives it an implicit upcast to animal. And because of the hierarchy listed here, cat extends animal, Java already knows that animal is the parent of cat. So it'll allow you to do an implicit upcast without actually putting a cast right here, because it already knows it's in the tree, that it's a parent of cat. Now down below it, C2, which is also cat, I assign it to an animal that I have here. Well, this one requires a manual downcast to cat, because in animal, it doesn't know if cat is part of it or not. You notice that Java doesn't know exactly, because we don't have a keyword extends or anything like that. It doesn't know if it's below it in the hierarchy tree or not. So it will allow you to manually downcast to a cat based upon your knowledge of Java. So it would allow you to make this happen by using a cast to cat. So what I did was I assigned cat an animal object, but I downcasted it to a cat. Now we'll see an example of how this works. Now we call the eat methods right here, and this is familiar from the other video. C.eat, which is just a regular cat, he will call the eat method here, and which will just print eat. The second one, A.eat, which is an animal, implicit upcast to animal, you'll notice that just like in the other video, it may be a cat object, but it references animal first. So it checks to see if animal has an eat method. It does, but then it also checks to see if cat overrides it, and it does. Right here, it does override it down here. So therefore, when this method is called A.eat, it'll actually call the cat method that's overridden and print out cat eat, which is similar to the other video we have posted. Now, C2.eat, which is a downcasted animal to a cat, also prints cat eat. Okay, so and we'll take a look at this too, because it's a downcast to cat. It'll actually call the overriding method of eat to print cat eat. A little bit different now, we're going to call the two methods that are not overridden. A.feed, it's an animal. that passes in a cat object. A.feed is references animal, and in your reference animal there is a feed there, and it does not get overridden by the cat, so therefore A.feed gets printed feed. Now A.catnip does not get printed because when it looks in animal, which it references that first, there is no catnip there. So therefore this gives us an error. It won't allow us to actually use A.catnip. You notice that the error is right there. Similar to the last video. Now this is the different part. This is the casting portion. Now here we go with cat being downcasted. You notice that this is a cat, references cat, and has an animal object that was casted by cat. Now C2.feed is inside of animal, not cat. There's no feed there, but remember, you're passing in an animal object that's casted to a cat. So therefore it has access to the feed method inside of animal. Now it also has access to catnip because when it was casted, it be casted as a cat object. So it also has access to the method catnip that's inside of cat. So this is a very versatile cat2, C2 there. He has access to method feed and access to method catnip because it was an animal. So you have all the methods there, and cast it to a cat, so you have those methods there, right? So I hope this tutorial was a little bit clearer on casting. It takes a little bit of time for you to actually kind of play around with casting, and hopefully the next assignment will give you the opportunity to play around with casting so you could use this more effectively.